Good morning, children.
Good morning, sir.
Today we are going to the lesson, the trip to Andaman, the loud reading session. Today's session is loud reading session. Sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sit down. Yes, what is your name?
Satvika.
Satvika is reading the loud reading. The lesson name is The Trip to Andaman. A trip to Andaman. Loud reading. Today's session is loud reading session. Yes, carry on.
A trip to Andaman. We had been longing to make a trip to Andaman and Dad made it possible for us. During the last summer holiday, soon after the examinations, Mom made preparations for the trip. On the 25th of April, we took Pinakini Express from Vijayawada and reached Chennai Central by 1 p.m. After lunch, we hired a taxi for the port. In the evening, we boarded a ship for Port Blair, the capital of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The ship looked much bigger than our school building. It had 4 stories. It set out after sounding a loud horn. People who had come to see of their friends and relatives cheered them up by waving their hands. My sister Amala and I too waved our hands while Mom and Dad smiled at us. Tall buildings, cell towers and factory chimneys began to vanish gradually after a while, and twinkling lights of Chennai bade us farewell. Soon everything around us began to look dark and calm, but inside the ship it was all bright and beautiful. When we closed the windows and doors of our cabin, we did not feel the movement of the ship. On the second day, we came to know that we were in the middle of the sea. The weather was pleasant on the sea. The day was sunny and the sea was reflecting the clouds like a flat mirror. We saw dolphins swimming along the ship. They sprang and dived again and again. It was quite amusing. It was curious to know that other people were doing on the ship. So I went around. I saw some watching films and some others eating and drinking in the restaurants. A few were buying things in the fancy stores. I was surprised to see some in a salon getting their hair cut. The medical staff was busy treating the patients suffering mostly from seasickness. The sanitary workers were on their job of keeping the cabins, corridors and toilets neat and clean. The crew of the ship was very friendly and courteous. They gladly answered to all my queries about the ship. It was the third day. Early in the morning, Mom woke us up to show us the magnificent spectacle of the dawn at the sea. After 2 days, we reached Port Blair. Dad, do you have any idea about these islands and the people who live there? I asked. Dad said, I know a little. There are about 600 islands. They are located between India's coast and Myanmar. Only 37 of them are inhabited. They have plant, animal and marine life in abundance. We learned that the inhabitants of the islands were the aboriginal tribes. Some of them lived far away from the civilized society. Despite this, the islands today look like a miniature India. We saw people of different languages, cultures and faiths living together happily. We visited a famous national monument, the Cellular Jail. We learned that the Cellular Jail was built by the British. It was no longer a jail. It had been converted into a big hospital. Mahatma Gandhi Marine National Park. After a while, we reached an exciting place, the Mahatma Gandhi Marine National Park. The park was spread over a wide area of 15 islands, open creeks running through the park area. But a special attraction, we watched coral reefs, fishes of different colors, and sea turtles.
Good, very good, my dear children. Sit down.